welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa. Today I'm going to talk to you all about quinoa flour, and I'm going to specifically show you how to toast quinoa flour. So one of the things that is amazing about toasting quinoa flour is that it really does remove the bitterness, and it gives it a really robust kind of nutty flavor. If you're somebody that feels like when you use quinoa flour in your baking, it's really pronounced, or you find that it can be a little bit overpowering or overwhelming or maybe just bitter in general, this is the perfect method for you because it will cut all of that out and it will give it this delicious, like I said, kind of nutty, rounded flavor that is not bitter at all. So you can do this with a whole batch of quinoa flour. You can do this with just a little bit that you're going to use for a recipe. You can also toast your quinoa flour and then store it like you would regular flour, and it's really easy to do. So today I have got two different methods. I've got my traditional method and then I've got the speedy method, and I'm going to show you both, and you can use either or depending on what you find the most valuable. I also use quinoa flour a ton in my cooking and baking. You probably noticed that already. It's one of my favorite flours because it not only has a really great texture, but it also has a really awesome nutritional profile. So high in protein, high in fiber, lots of vitamins, and it works really well in gluten-free baking specifically because it is high in protein, so it helps with the structure of your baked goods. So I will link a blog post that I have put up for you down below that talks about how to use quinoa flour, and I also have a video that shows you how to use quinoa flour 3 different ways, and if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments. Now, before we dive into actually showing you how to toast quinoa flour, I would love for you to subscribe if you are new around here. There is a little red button that is right below this video that says subscribe. All you gotta do is tap that button, and don't forget to also smash the like button if you like this type of content. That really helps this video see more people, and it helps us reach more of a wider audience, which I always appreciate. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. So I'm going to first show you how to make toasted quinoa flour the long way, and it involves a large baking sheet, and you're just going to add your quinoa flour directly onto the baking sheet. I like to do either 2 or 3 cups. And then once you have the quinoa flour on the baking sheet, this is like a big half sheet pan, you'll just use a wooden spoon or something to spread it out as evenly as you can on that pan, and you want it to be in as even or as thin as a layer as possible. And then we are going to bake this, and it bakes low and slow for actually a couple of hours. So I cook it at 250 degrees, and then I just stir it every maybe 30-ish minutes, and once it is beautifully golden brown like this, it is toasted and ready to go. So this is the way that you would toast quinoa flour that makes it the most consistent in texture and flavor, and also the way that you can do it with the largest batch of quinoa flour. So this is what I recommend if you have some extra time and you're looking to do a lot of quinoa flour at once. If not, then I would recommend using the short method, which I will show you here. So for the short way to toast quinoa flour, you will use a dry skillet, and you're going to just add your quinoa flour directly into the skillet. I recommend using less than what I have here because it didn't cook as evenly as it should, so I would use about half a cup for a 12-inch skillet or less. And you'll have it over medium to medium low heat, and you're basically just going to toast it directly in the pan. So just continue to stir it. You do have to watch this because it will burn rather quickly, so you want to make sure that you're stirring it around pretty consistently and constantly. And you'll start to see here, if you look closely at the bottom of the pan, that the edges of the flour are starting to brown. That is an indication that your flour is toasting. So you'll just continue to stir and stir and stir and evenly cook it until the flour is mostly toasted. So it will turn this nice light brown. It won't smell bitter anymore. It will have a toasty aroma to it. And that's how you will know it's done. Again, it isn't as consistent as the first method, but it's much quicker, and it's better used with small batches. So that is pretty much how to toast quinoa flour. I do just want to show you 2 of my favorite quinoa flour recipes. These recipes both use only quinoa flour. The first is my quinoa flour pancakes, and these are up on the YouTube channel already. I'll link them down below for you, but they are light, they're fluffy, they're delicious, and I definitely recommend that you toast the quinoa flour for this recipe because it will give them a much more palatable flavor, I think, because it's just toasted and delicious. And then the second recipe that uses exclusively quinoa flour is my quinoa flour pizza crust. And again, I think this is another option that works really well with toasted quinoa flour because the quinoa flour is the only ingredient, and you can pretty much top whatever sort of toppings you want on this pizza. It is so delicious. It kind of has this like chewiness to it from the psyllium husk. It has a little bit of crust. It holds up nicely. It's crispy on the bottom. Super good, and only uses 5 ingredients. So that again is also on the channel, so I will link that down below for you. And that's pretty much how to use toasted quinoa flour, and actually how to toast quinoa flour as well. And there you have it, my friends. That is how to toast quinoa flour. You can see how easy it is. I hope that you found this video helpful and useful. If you end up having any questions, whether you're in the process of toasting your quinoa flour or just how to use quinoa flour in general, let me know down in the comments, and I will do my best to help you out and help you problem solve. Like I said in the beginning, we also have a blog post that not only goes along with this video, but I'll also link one that includes basically like a how-to with quinoa flour and shows you a ton of different ways that you can use it. Everything from pancakes, pizza, waffles, muffins, like you name it, you can use it a million different ways. So that will be linked down below for you. And like I said, if there's anything else you need or you have questions, let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give it a thumbs up, smash that like button if you did enjoy it. I love creating these kind of tutorial how-to style videos. I think they're really valuable because once you kind of have some of the basics down, it makes the cooking process a lot more enjoyable. So I hope you enjoy these too. I will link my how-to playlist down for you in the description box. And I think that's all I have. So I really appreciate you being here as always. You guys are the absolute greatest. It really means the world to me that you take a little bit of time out of your day to spend it with me here on YouTube. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. It's really easy. Just tap the red button that is right below this video that says subscribe. And otherwise, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.